Aloha everyone. In this video, I want to share a quick update from Maui after the second round of storms passed over the island. That's right, we had a second wave of heavy rain just a few days after the first round of storms caused all the damage that you saw in the drone videos that I released last week. Now, we did get some heavy rainfall in South Maui last night, but the good news is that the town of Kihei, which was hit the hardest by the first storm, does not appear to have much additional damage. However, this time it was West Maui's turn to experience significant flooding. So areas like Lahaina, Kaanapali, and Kapalua, plus everything in between, did get hit pretty hard. I've been sharing clips of some of the flooding on the west side on my Instagram and Facebook accounts from friends and followers that have been sending them to me. So tomorrow, I'm going to drive over to the west side to check on some properties and assess the damage on that side of the island. But in this video, I really want to share some good news. So for point of reference, today is Sunday, March 22nd. The second storm just passed over us last night. And this morning, I drove through the areas in Kihei that were hit the hardest by the first storm to see if there was any additional damage. I'm happy to report that almost all of South Kihei Road is cleared and open. But you don't have to take my word for it. I'll show you exactly what the drive looked like today. Let's go take a look. We're going to start on the far north end of Kihei. Right now we're in the Sugar Beach area and we're passing Sugar Beach Resort on the right hand side. Now this was the area that was hit the hardest with the first storm. But a lot has already been cleaned up even though we had a second storm come through. We're now turning off North Kihei Road onto South Kihei Road. Now keep in mind that we have been receiving sporadic rain showers today, so some of the puddles that you see still on the road will likely be dried up as soon as the sun starts to shine again. And as of right now, the forecast says that we should be back to regular Maui weather by either Tuesday or Wednesday of this coming week. We're now passing the Maui Surf condo complex on the right-hand side, and the mid-rise building that we're passing right now is Kihei Beach Resort. If you watched the video that I released of drone footage after the first storm, you already know that this area was completely covered in mud and the road was closed. But as you can see, the mud has been removed and the road is open again. On the left side of the screen, we're passing Kenaleo Park, and on the right side is Sugar Beach. This starts a long stretch of South Kihei Road that did not receive any damage and is completely clear. The whole point of making this video is so that people can see the reality on the ground right after the storm. A lot of the social media clips that you see are going to be the most sensational and the most dramatic while the storm is happening. So now that the storm has already passed and we're still getting a little bit of rain, you can see that it's not as scary as it might seem if you're just looking at those clips. We're now coming up on another area where there was clearly some significant runoff, but it looks like the road is just fine here. This is another stretch of South Kihei Road that is mostly cleared. A little bit further into the video, we will see some areas that have some flooding, but not enough to stop traffic. The buildings on the left-hand side of the street are part of the Kai Makani condo complex. Coming up on the left-hand side of the screen, we'll be passing the Kihei Holiday condominium complex. Kihei Holiday is a property that allows short-term vacation rentals. The next rather large property on the left-hand side of the screen is the Hilton Grand Vacations Club Maui Bay Villas. We're now coming up on another area that was completely flooded after the first storm. It is really impressive how quickly they were able to clear this road because it was full of mud and water just a few days ago. The buildings on the left-hand side of the screen on the other side of the gulch is Kihei Bay Vista, and just past that is Kihei Bay Surf. The oceanfront mid-rise building on the right-hand side of the screen is Menehune Shores. On the left-hand side of the screen, we're now passing Kihei Resort, which is followed by Koa Resort. And of course, here comes the rain again. On the right-hand side, we're now passing Koa Lagoon. Almost all of the condos that I've mentioned so far are considered condotels, or properties that allow short-term rentals. So hopefully this video helps people that have booked into these vacation rentals understand that it's not as scary as it might seem. Yes, we do have a couple more days of sporadic rain coming, but then after that, it looks like we're back to the beautiful sunny Maui weather that we're always used to. On the right-hand side of the screen, we're about to pass Kauhali Makai, also known as Village by the Sea. And past that, the buildings with the red roofs are Luana Kai. We're now starting a stretch of South Kihei Road where we will see some large puddles and some flooding. But this really is as bad as it gets on all of South Kihei Road. The mid-rise building coming up on the right-hand side of the screen is another oceanfront condotel. This one's Maui Sunset. We do see some residents using small equipment to remove the mud. But now that the storm has passed, I'm sure that Maui County will get some more of the big equipment in on Monday to finish up the project. So this really is the scariest part of South Kihei Road today, but as you can see, it's really not that bad and it's pretty easy to pass through. We're now approaching the McDonald's building on the right-hand side of the screen, and past that is the Azeka Shopping Center. From here, South Kihei Road is completely clear heading towards Wailea, with the exception of one detour right across from Kamaole 2 Beach Park. And of course, it's important to mention that the Wailea roads are also clear. In fact, most of the Wailea roads never received any damage or flooding throughout the entire storm. So this will be where I'll end the video because there's really not a whole lot to see for the remainder of the drive. If you found the video helpful, please make sure to hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe for future updates and share this video with anyone you know who cares about what's really happening on Maui, or anybody that has travel plans to Maui and might be considering canceling their reservations because of some of those sensational clips that we see on social media. I hope to see you all in the next video. Aloha.